Rock, and today I want to talk about Logia devil fruits, specifically who I think has the best Logia devil fruit and who has the worst. And spoilers from the thumbnail. I think Caesar Clown. Caesar Clown's gas fruit is the best devil fruit, and I think Smoker's smoke fruit is the worst. So what we're looking at here, as always, is the One Piece Wiki, your favorite source for One Piece information. And so, before I even dive into it, I don't I don't keep up with a lot of the non-canon One Piece content. So you can imagine my surprise when I came to this page here and I saw these guys here for non-canon devil fruit users: Honey Queen, Simon, and Gaspard, whatever this man's name is. I recognize him from all of the Grand Line review videos, and he's always used as a comedy tier or joke tier. So I know he has to be, not a great character, and so I'm just equating these two with him. And so we're not even going to look into kind of who these guys are. So let's talk about the canon devil fruits. And so before I start off, right, Logia devil fruits in general are pretty great, right? Pre-hockey, they were, probably the ultimate weapons in One Piece, right? Intangibility, they're able to transform into the elements, so you can do some pretty crazy stuff like, traveling as a liquid or even as a gas, depending on what your ability is, without the ability to, without the inconvenience of, being harmed by attacks. So just overall, great fruits. And in particular, we saw some really powerful devil fruits through our time watching and reading One Piece. So, NL's Rumble fruit, I think that's what it's called. What's his devil fruit called? That might be Whitebeard's fruit. Let's take a look at NL. So it says here he has the Goro no Mi, and that stands for, so obviously it's the lightning fruit. Yeah. So no, not what I said before. So he has the Goro no Mi, and really powerful devil fruit. We saw him essentially smite people from miles away in Skypiea. What he was able to do with his fruit is nothing short of spectacular. Then of course we have Kuzan's fruit. His devil fruit gives him the ability to freeze things. It's the ice fruit, or cold, I think, in some circles. Let's take a look at this here. Oh, no, came back to the Logia page. I'm going to skip back to, here we go. The Hihi no Mi. So he's a freezing human. So it's essentially the cold, ice, chilly fruit. And so in the world of One Piece, this is pretty remarkable, right? Because you're able to freeze oceans and travel by foot without the need for a boat or a log pose, which is kind of OP in that world. And really, he can nullify the one weakness that devil fruit users have. So pretty amazing fruit. And then we also have Akainu's fruit, Sakazuki. So of course he's a magma human. He ate the Magu no Mi. So let's see what does that translate into directly. Mag fruit. Really weird name. And so, of course, his devil fruit is amazing, too, because it allows him to turn into magma. And we saw that he was able to kill Ace because he has a superior devil fruit to the fire devil fruit that Ace had, which, kind of makes no sense. Because if you were to put fire on magma, not much would happen. But we'll go with what you say, Goda. You know best. So some really great devil fruits here. But let me tell you why exactly I think, first of all, Caesar Clown has the best devil fruit. I think in terms of usability, his devil fruit has the most potential of all the fruits. Maybe just shy of the light life fruit from Kizaru. But check out what this guy can do here, right? He can generate, turn into, manipulate gases. And gases have a variety of uses in terms of just raw DC ability as well as stealth. So, for example, if you needed to, get rid of someone silently, you can produce carbon dioxide or nitrogen to suffocate your opponent, or what he did with Luffy on Punk Hazard and just remove all the oxygen from the air. What was that move called? Let's go down. They have to have it here. Let's just go to his Devil Fruit page. The Gasu Gasu no Mi. Where's that move? Yes, Karakuni. He was able to suck all the oxygen out of the air and actually made it into this blue sword here, which is his oxygen blade. So that's pretty OP, right? You know, as far as I know, there are no characters in One Piece yet who don't need oxygen to survive for the most part. Even the fishmen. Well, actually, maybe that might not be true. I wonder what happens to the fishmen if they're on land and there's no oxygen. They should suffocate, right? If they don't have any water and don't have any oxygen, they should suffocate. Either way, not the point, right? So in terms of stealth, he has the advantage there. And then in terms of DC, remember, if you think about nuclear bombs and just even what happens in the sun with nuclear fusion, same thing, the same process by how you would make those like hydrogen bombs. It's all, you know, caused by some kind of collision of gases turning into other compounds, I believe. Don't quote me on the science. But essentially what I'm implying is that this guy here could probably produce some pretty nasty bombs if he wanted to, right? He could, you know, for all intents and purposes, turn himself into a nuke and really destroy kind of whatever island he's on. So in terms of if you want to do it quietly or you want to do it loudly, Caesar Clown's Gasu Gasu no Mi is your guy. And so for me, if I was in the One Piece world and I had to pick a Logia Devil Fruit, I would go with the Gasu Gasu no Mi because I think it just has the most use, whether you want to be quiet or whether you want to be loud, very destructive. I think the Gasu Gasu no Mi has an insane amount of potential, more than really any of these other Devil Fruits, right? You know, we've seen what some of these guys can do. I think Caesar Clown turning himself into a nuke, you know, bigger than some of, you know, even those nukes dropped by Russia as tests, I think he could be pretty nasty and pretty disgusting. Now let's talk about Smoker. All right, so he essentially has a terrible version of Caesar's fruit, right? So he can manipulate a specific kind of gas, smoke, and that's it, right? You know, what can you really do? I don't know. I think it's pretty self-evident here that, you know, if you had to be stuck with a Devil Fruit of all of these people that you're seeing here, this is the last one you'd want to be with because it essentially, again, is a much weaker version of Caesar's Gasu Gasu no Mi. And all you do is produce smoke, right? Really, the only benefit of it is that it has the Logia capabilities of intangibility, but no other real benefit from that. You know, you can, you know, produce smoke. That's kind of lame. Imagine if these guys, they weren't Logia and they were Paramecia, meaning they could only produce the substance and not turn into it. This would be the worst. This would be the worst by far, clearly, right? You know, producing sand, very useful. Producing lightning, very useful. Ice, you know, the ability to nullify Devil Fruits. Producing light, magma, swamp, gas, fire, and snow. All pretty useful stuff, right? In terms of combat. But smoke, I don't know. It just seems like a huge letdown of a move. So Smoker had high hopes for you when you were first introduced into the series. Your fruit kind of made no sense, but it was kind of hype because it was matching up with the fire fruit pretty well, but even that made zero sense. So Smoker, unfortunately, you have the lamest fruit, and because of DC potential as well as stealth, meaning that it has a variety of uses, I'm going to have to go with the Gasu Gasu no Mi from Caesar Clown as, you know, the best Logia Devil Fruit. But what say you? Let me know if you agree with me in the comments, or if you disagree with me, feel free to leave a note on what you think the strongest, or I should say the best Logia Devil Fruit is in One Piece. And I will see you in the next one, everyone. Peace.